Welcome to my channel. My name is Tyler. I'm a Lofi and Ambient music producer with 15-minute stream on Spotify. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how you can make your first Lo-fi beat in 2025. So basically, I will use the most of the Logic stock sounds and the plugins and show you how you can use just Logic sounds to create Lo-fi beat. It is also sounds amazing. Sleep on Logic stock plugins. So basically just the piano and the drums is from other sound source, and also I will share my experience what plugin you should have invest a little bit to make the sounds more better. So let's dive into the Logic and I show you how you can create your first lo-fi beat. First thing first, I'm a person who loves to make something slow, sleepy, sad music. So in this case, I'm going to say this is a sleepy lo-fi beat. And so I keep it the tempo in 65 and I keep it A minor for you to more easy to understand if you don't know the music theory, because A minor it is C major. That means all the white key you can play around with all the notes on the white key. So in the basic element in a lo-fi beat, it is piano, bass, pad, other sounds, effects, some texture, some drums, ambient, ear candy, and other interesting layers, something like that. So keep in mind there is no right or wrong. You can also add anything, just like the ambient. If you haven't checked out the dark ambient video, you can also check out here. It is also for beginner. So first thing I want to talk about is the piano. I always start with piano first in lo-fi beat because I feel like piano it is more easy to set up the mood on the track. And this is the first one I want to share my experience is a good sounding piano can be changed the overall vibe a lot. So it is just the piano that I can't finding something nice in the Logic. So I really recommend this Native Instrument nor piano. They got a very warm lo-fi tone and very perfect for lo-fi beat in my opinion. So the first thing, I always will start with some chord progressions because the chord progressions will give it the overall the mood for your track. In the lo-fi beat, we love to add some 7 notes, 9 notes to make the chord more emotion. In this video, I'm not talking about too much on the theory, but if you want to know more like the chord progressions, music theory, you can leave the comment below that I will consider to make some video in the future. So the first thing I come up with this A minor at 9, G, 6, F, and E minor. So basically, I love to start with 4 bar and 8 bar in a loop first, and then I will make this 8 bar loop to expand as a full track. So now I will show you the loop first, and then I will step by step to teach you how you can rearrange it within these layers. So in the piano part, I love to start with a chord first. After that, I will play some melody on top of the 1 octave up to find some idea how this track will be going to. So now we got 8 bars of one with just the chord, another one with the melodies. So this is the preset from the emotional on this plugins. And then I basically love to add this drum reverb. I think it is sound better than the Logic stock plugins. You can check out this on Native Instruments. I believe this is the free one. You can download it. In my opinion, reverb it is very important in every layer, and which can make all the sounds become better. So after that, I will be using the EQ to cut out some frequency I don't want it into the mix. So basically in the lo-fi beat, we always cut out the high frequency, but it depends on what the sounds you want, because nowadays a lot of lo-fi beats is become very clean, a lot of high frequency. So in this case, I also cut it out the high frequency. And the next one, I think the RC20, it is worth for investment. Yes, there is a lot of free one you can download, but I feel like the tone, the texture, the RC20, it's got some unique flavor in my opinion. So I love RC20. I added almost all my track. So you definitely can check this out. If you want to have an alternative or for the free version, you can check out the cymatic of this origin. This is also a free plugin to make the sounds more lo-fi, but I definitely do recommend RC20. So here's the piano sound with all the plugins. So after the piano, I already have some like very sad vibe in this track, and then I will start building up the layers. So after that, I will try to find a ambient sounds that fit this vibe. This piano to give me a very, very sad feeling. So I love to add some like rain and fire. So you already have that mood, right? So after that, I love to start with a pad sounds. So basically, these all the layers, it is from Alchemy. So the bass is also the Logic Liverpool bass, and I use this almost all the time. So I want to take some time to talking about how to find a perfect pad sounds. Alchemy, it got a lot of nice pad sounds. I always find a lot of pad sound in Alchemy. So you can just choose the catalog of the pad, and then ambient, almost 600 preset you can choose. I always will find some more light pad sounds, warm pad sounds, soft pad sound, because in this type of the lo-fi beat, we love to put the pads way back behind. Just want to give our track more depth and to fill up some space. So I would prefer to use it more soft one. So in this case, I only added the EQ and the reverb, also cut the high, and always I will just keep it like the mid tone of the pad to fill up that space. So if you use the headphone, you can hear it is very subtle. You barely can't listen to it, but they will put it in a very depth to support the overall the mix. So another technique is in the pad sounds, I always make the chord more open, not make it like something like this, A minor. I will always love to make the notes more wider, like this. If I'm going to use A minor. I love to put the middle note to 1 octave up to make the sounds more wider. This can prevent the pad sounds to make it very rumble, very muddy in the mix. Another one is I love to use just 1 5 1 notes to make the pad sounds. This can prevent too many notes in the chord to make the sounds again very rumble, to give the pad sounds more open feelings. Make sure you EQ out of the frequency and just give a little bit of the reverb, put it in the background and under the mix, something like that. Okay, next up, this is just a very simple bass note. It is also the root note of the chord, and I only cut out the high, so it is just a very simple bass sounds. But you know, I love this bass sounds. Almost all the track I'm just start with this bass. Alright, after we got the piano, the pad and the bass, I will start creating the drum first, because the drums can give me the groove, the rhythm, and then I can more feel like the rhythm to play another melody on top. So in the Sleepy Lo-Fi, we don't have to make the drums very complicated. Sometimes I would love to make the ear candy more, but sometimes I just keep it very simple. So in this tutorial, I will keep it very simple. Just kick, snare and perk. In Sleepy Lo-Fi, I'm not always added hi-hat and shaker. If too much rhythm, I will feel like I'm not sleepy. So it is depends on what you like, no right or wrong, it is just my taste. So basically, this is a perk sounds. I make the perk sounds to replace the hi-hat. Very soft sound, and I cut all the low and just keep a little bit in this. So I want to make it more rhythm. Now it is just one, right? And then I added this Logic stereo delay to make it more rhythm between your ears. So I think it is good to add some unique texture in the background. So in the snare parts, I always put the snare in the bar 3, because when you put the snare on 2 or 4, the track will be feeling more faster. But in the Sleepy Lo-Fi, we want more relaxed, slow. So I will put the snare in the bar 3. If you choose a good fit sample, you don't have to mix too much. Just cut the high and low, or you don't have to cut it if you like the sounds or fit the mix perfectly. So after that, we also added a very simple kick pattern. So right now I'm just adding the same pattern over the 4 bar, and then also just cut the high to keep it the low. So all together will be like this. I love the emotional and very slow feeling. So after the drums, I will going to add the layer to make the track more full, more interesting. Basically, in this track, I find all the sounds in alchemy, and I always will keep it like finding some pad, some mallet, some key, maybe guitar. And I love to use the sound effect and soundscape. You got a lot of interesting unique sounds right here. So this preset I'm finding in this catalog sound effect, this one. And basically alchemy, when you take one preset, you can also got 8 different preset to use it. So you can also blend with different preset to find a very unique sounds. So in this case, I'm using this one. And then basically, always start with the EQ to cut out some frequency that I don't need it. And this case, I also added the stereo delay and also the room for the reverb. So the sounds will be like this. Don't have to make too much melody, but this subtle ear candy will be make your track more full. So after that, I love this ambient guitar from this preset. In this guitar, when I take it off the plugins, it sound a bit harsh and I feel like a bit of fake guitar sounds. And I just played it a few notes to make the melodies. So after that, I want more delay into my ears, so I also added this stereo delay. Reverb, and also I added RC20, so you can feel like the sounds is a bit harsh and a bit bright, and I want to make it more lo-fi feeling. And then I just twist it a bit to cut out some of the frequency to make this guitar sounds more smooth, more lo-fi feeling. So after that would be like this. Then I will feel like this will be more perfect into this mix. So after that, I'm keep trying to add some layers, found something different. So I also found a sound in this method, in this preset, and this is a watery art. Super easy, and then I just cut some frequency and reverb. Very beautiful, and I feel like I can add this into the intro. After that, I also found another up sound in here, the soundscape one, and I use this reverse it, so it will have more like different texture. So I also cut a lot of the highs and no, just focus on this range, and also reverb. I love these sounds. So after that, I also added another string sounds from here, just one note, and also reverb and EQ. So I want to make this more like the tension behind and give it more higher frequency. So you can see I didn't cut off the high frequency, I just want that sounds. So now I will give you have a listen to this loop and start a tutorial how I feelings when I going to the arrangement. So after we create the 8-bar loop, and also we got like 14 elements, it is super easy to rearrange as a full track. So now I love to check it the minutes and then how many bars I will need to. We need some like 2 minutes. So this bar will be the last one will be the outro one. So the first one is the intro, and the second one is going to the verse, and then maybe we can just play it one more time, right? And then I will check it out if now we got like 4 left. So in this case, in this bar will be the drop one, like the break one. So maybe we can just repeat once again and then just fill up this bar to make it like a full composition. So sometimes I would love to just loop it, just depends on how your other layers complete together. But sometimes I would love to create different bar to make it like a full composition. So it just depends on what you feel in that moment, right? For the pad elements, I always love to loop it all over the track, because this is just give the background more support. So the bass, basically the bass will always start when the drums comes in. So we only take it out in the drop and the outro. So the bass will be like this. So I will do the drum first, just like the same. We will start exactly the same with the bass. In the drop, we will take out a little bit. So sometimes I love to, in the second bar of the track, I will love to add some more ear candy or per loops or other drums elements to make the sounds a little bit different in the part ones of the track. So in these elements, I think we can add in the intro to give it more character. Right? Because when you take it out, it is just you were missing some like emotion feeling. So I will leave it in the intro. So the ambient guitar, I will feel like I will leave it in this, because when the first high piano melody come up, maybe we can just make the focusing on this melodies rather than other melodies, right? So I can put it in the next bar. I think we can keep it right here. So in the start up, maybe we can keep it into the break part to change it a little bit to give it some more like different sounds. So in this case, I think in this string sounds, we can keep it more like slowly to give it our track different high frequency. So every time we love to add some transition between the intro and the verses or the chorus. So this is the sample that I found it in the Apple Loops. There is a lot of nice sample, you can find it. And just add between like this. So you got this nice transition. And sometimes we love to add it like before the outro, then you will have some more smooth to finish the track. So let's have a listen to just this part to give you have a feelings on what will sounds like. So the break part will be like this. So after that, you will feel like some parts will be still missing something, then you can just go to create some more layer, some more texture, and to make the track more full, more unique. So I hope you find some inspiration in this video, and let me know in the comment below, do you like this type of video or any plugins you want me just create sounds within that plugins, and I would like to do this type of challenge. And I feel like every sounds is unique and you still can find something to layer to make it very beautiful. To be honest, this track I'm very surprising because I love this track. Maybe I will finish it and release this track. So just limit yourself to create something that you already have. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell button for my coming video. See you in the next one.